Hi, I'm Vibol. So the past 9 years of my life, I have been making vlogs and videos, but most of the time, I film others.
ถ้าผมทำแค่นี้ผมไม่ได้ส่งตัวมาเลยครับ
Tôi have cho hãy cho đây. Sao vậy ông lại?
And I'm about to change that.
Hey, what's up, chat? Press 1 if you can hear me and see me, please. How we all doing today? Hope you enjoyed that video. I think Aiden stayed up to like 2 a.m. making that. How we feeling, chat? Oh, nice. You can hear me. You can see me. That's a miracle. Isn't it? It's kind of crazy to think that you all I can sit in a room with a camera pointed at me and you people all around the world can hear me. That's pretty wild. Hey, chat, before we start, I got to give a shout out to my man, James. Anybody know about the person at Nights and Weekends who's trying to drop hats on people in New York City? Anybody know about that guy? Well, if you don't know about that guy, you're about to find out. He's literally, for Nights and Weekends, he is throwing hats on people by like using machine learning from his apartment. Look at this. So I think he officially got it working where he'll drop the hat on someone and then he catches it, and then bada bing. He just looks like an absolute fucking gangster as he walks away, and no one in New York City even looks at him because it's New York City, and this is completely normal. So shout out to James, making a lot of progress. You all are making a lot of progress, and it's been beautiful to see everyone's journey. I know, like, yeah, you know, week 4, week 5, week 6. I think that's where these ideas really start to look good. Because they actually start working, or they start like looking more like something more complete. So shout out to all of you for making it this far. I know it's hard to get through even. I said at the beginning of Nights and Weekends, it doesn't sound that hard, right? 6 weeks, 1 update a week. How many of you feel like this is a lot harder than you thought? Press 1 if you feel like this is a lot harder than you thought. Press 2 if you feel like, oh shit, is it? Which screen? Oh, my bad. Lol. Press 1 if you feel like this was a lot harder than you thought it was going to be. Press 2 if you feel like this was not as hard. This is just as hard as you thought. Week 4 was pretty hard. Yeah. It's gotten hard lately. Yeah. Yeah. I had exams pop up. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it doesn't sound that hard. 6 weeks, 1 update a week. But then, like, you realize you have, like, your entire life to live. Like, you got school, work, family. I think that's what makes it really, really hard, you know? So, I mean, shout out to all of you for sticking around. And seriously, I hope all of you stick around to the end now, because there's only 2 weeks left. Or this week and next week. So 2 weeks left of Nights and Weekends. 4 more streams left. Sorry, chat. Let me turn the video off. 4 more streams left, so let's get it. Let's do some good stuff. So today we're going to be talking all about growing your work. Stop giggling. Who's giggling? It's too funny. Cool. Let's talk about growing your work, right? Chat, what is growth? Can anybody tell me their definition of growth? Maybe in the chat. What is growth right now? Should you care about growth? What is growth? What are we doing here? Why is week 5 titled growth? I would love to know like what you guys think about it, because I feel like growth is one of those things where a lot of people kind of misunderstand what it is, and they think growth means like going viral or something. And I think today I wanna kind of reframe for you all what growth is. Also, chat, by the way, this is crazy. We got iPad view now. So check this out. I can literally go in here and I can draw stuff now. We have the technology. Don't tell anybody the password. So I can literally just go in and just start drawing shit. And we're gonna be using this today. I want to show you like a couple of examples and like a couple of visualizations around growth. Because I think growth's one of those things where, again, a lot of people misunderstand what it is, and I want to make sure you guys get the right kind of knowledge here today. So let's kind of start here, right? Most people think that this is what growth is, right? People think that it's kind of like getting big, going viral, getting a lot of subscribers, users, blowing up, right? And I think a lot of people will think this is growth, right? Like, you know, you go on your dashboard for your revenue and it's going up. Or you go to your subscribers on YouTube and it's going up. Or you're going to your Google Analytics and it's just going up, right? I think a lot of people feel like that this is what growth is. Honestly, I think that, yes, this is a version of what growth is. But I think that, honestly, your numbers going up is just a side of... This is actually a really hard thing to understand. Growth is a side effect of you making something really, really good. Like the reason something can grow and get bigger and like get to more people is because you have something good. It's actually really hard to grow something that is trash. It's actually if you try, it's pretty hard. Like if you had like $1 million and you had like the worst tasting coffee ever, it's gonna be really hard to get a bunch of people to buy that coffee because even if you pay them to drink it, because it just tastes like shit. So I think that that's something to think about. Like growth is a side effect of you having made something good. And yeah, but that's step one. You got to make something good. So for a majority of you right now, I actually think that growth is a complete like distraction for you. You all do not need to focus on growth in the way that, you know, we all think about it. I think you just need to focus on making your thing better. You know, I'm curious how many of you in chat really do feel like, yo, actually, Farza, no, I'm definitely ready for growth. And I think most of you will probably feel like, well, I'm still working on my thing. I don't know if I'm ready to like push it like crazy, but I definitely want more people to check it out. I feel like that's where a lot of you are today, where you aren't probably confident in it blowing up and pushing it like insanely, but you do want to continue getting people on it and making it better. I actually think that fully like focusing on classic marketing and focusing on classic growth is a massive distraction for all of you right now. And I've seen a lot of people get sucked up by it and waste just a lot of time. And I just don't want that to happen to you all. But why? Why, chat? Why is marketing and growth? I guess I already gave you the answer. But why is just in your own head? You can answer this question. You don't have to type it out. But in your own head, you should have an answer of like why you feel like classic growth and classic marketing isn't really the answer right now. Like even if I gave you all like a team of 5 marketers and $1 million, I don't know if that's gonna matter because remember my coffee example. Like at the end of the day, you got to make something good and then you can grow it, right? Yeah, I mean, I think my number one reason is you don't even know if you have something right now, if you got something good right now. A lot of you are probably at the early stages of like, you feel like you maybe have the beginnings of something, but you don't truly know if you got something right now. I think it takes time to realize, man, do I feel like I got something? Do I feel like, you know, this product is it, or this piece of art, or this opening to this film, whatever it is. I think it's important to first feel like you got something before you try to push it like crazy to a bunch of people. A good kind of analogy to this is like, imagine trying to make your restaurant like really big, but you don't even know if you have a single dish that tastes good yet. That'd be a pretty shitty restaurant. So I wouldn't do that. I want to kind of go through an example of what I see a lot, right? So let me this iPad thing might be maybe a complete disaster, by the way, chat, but I kind of want to go through a little example with you. Actually, let's just say this is the beginning, right? This is where most of you all are at. You're a person who launches the first version of their idea. You know, maybe you launch your album, maybe you launch your app, your YouTube channel, your B2B SaaS, whatever, right? You launch something. Most of you have launched something. That was like, you launched something last week and you launched something to the week before as well. So you all have launched, right? So what's something that kind of ends up happening a lot at Buildspace, I see, is you all are just really, you're just really excited. This is you. You're excited as hell. You know, you're like, oh my God, I launched. I'm out there. People are checking it out. You know, my mom's checking it out. My dog's checking it out. I got my friends checking out what I'm doing. It's really fun, right? And then, you even manage to maybe in your first week get perhaps 50 people, right? Maybe you get 50 people to check out what you were doing, right? You got 50 people. You're so excited. You're like, oh my God, I'm going to take over the world, And of those 50 people though, let's just say you're making an app. Of those 50 people, who signed up on your wait list, let's say that, you got then 25 people to actually check out your app, right? Like they literally downloaded your app, 25 people, right? And then 25 people downloaded your app. And of those 25 people, you had maybe 5 people that maybe even did something on your app. Like, maybe they bought something or they made a post or whatever they do on your app, And then finally, next week, you check back on who's using it and you realize it's 0 people. You got 0 people checking out what you were doing. This is like a classic loop, right? You're excited as hell. You launched what you were doing, right? You got 50 people to check out what you were doing. Then you got 25 people to actually, download what you were doing. Then 5 people actually, truly, literally used what you were doing. And then finally, at the end of the day, next week, 0 people were doing what you wanted them to do, which is maybe use your app or listen to your music or whatever. This is like a very kind of classic journey where you do all of this work and no one sticks around next week, I think a lot of people see this as a marketing problem, right? A lot of people will look at this and be like, okay, cool. Well, I got all these people and, some checked it out. And then by the end, no one checked it out. But like, I think I need to get more. I think I need to get, just more people in this, right? I need to like really, really push this hard and I need to market this thing. And I think a lot of people will eventually bring it down to a marketing problem. So, that's what you keep doing. You'll keep marketing and you'll keep spreading the word. You'll send out cold emails. You'll get people on the street. You'll hustle like crazy to get people on the street to listen to your song. You'll get professors to check out your stuff. Whatever. You'll do literally anything and everything to market what you're doing, right? And you'll work really hard to bring in a lot of people. But again, the same thing kind of happens where by the end, not many people are sticking around. It's just like your mom and like a couple of your friends, right? This is like the most common thing I see. And eventually, the person building this project will end up feeling like, damn, my idea isn't that great. My song sucks. My movie sucks. Like, this idea is horrible. Or most people end up saying, I didn't have the money to advertise my idea, so it failed. I didn't market my idea enough, so it failed. And this is like if you ever think about someone who's starting their own anything, the number one kind of thing I hear when I ask them why it didn't work is they'll say, well, I didn't market it enough or I didn't get the word out enough. And I think that this is kind of an excuse. I think that there is a reality, there's truth to what they're saying, but I think this is kind of just an excuse. I think there's like a deeper, more underlying problem around what's happening here. Because by the way, this little loop here, this is all like what, I mean, I'll be honest with you all. Like, this is all like completely, why can't I click this? This is all completely normal. This is the most normal thing ever. Like, it'd be a miracle if people magically stuck around, right? But we're not in the miracle business, right? We're trying to actually iterate towards something good. So again, all of that is like that loop where you get 50, then 25, then 5, then 0. It's all completely normal. So what's the problem then, right? I think in reality, what ended up happening here is when like a lot of people will give up too early because they tried to grow something that wasn't really ready for growth. So like they'll try like hell to push their song or their YouTube channel or their product, but it wasn't ready. And they spent all of their time and effort on like growth when they didn't even really have something that was that good yet, And I see this happen all the time, and then people give up. This is the most common thing I've ever seen. And then honestly, you let your emotions get the better of you. A lot of people will look at this and then you know what and afterwards just be like sad. And it's tough. You know, you just end up so sad because you're like, oh, nobody actually wants what I'm doing and I'm wasting my time. And that's actually why week 4, week 5, week 6 is so hard, because you have to like almost control your emotions in a way. And I don't blame you guys. This shit is hard. It's hard as hell to look at like a graph of, you know, your analytics, and it's not doing anything. It's not going up. It's not going down. It's just staying the same. It's definitely pretty sad, but you have to like really control your emotions on all of this. But I do think there's a smarter way. And I want to show you all the smarter way to go about all of this, what you all are going through right now. My take is right now, don't focus on pure growth. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm going to call it. Pure growth. Pure growth, I define as your only God-given goal in life is to make the number go up. That's all you care about, just to make the number go up. That's what pure growth is to me. And I think right now, your goal isn't really to grow like crazy. Your goal is to really improve the quality of your work while also having growth as something that you care about. But again, you're not in pure growth mode. Pure growth mode is that's all you fucking care about. You're more in this mode of, hey, I got to keep making my thing better, and I got to keep bringing in new people. So that's why the title of this lecture is Growing Your Work. Growing your work is this. It's the process by which you improve your work alongside a growing audience of people. And I underline these two words because I think that's what makes it really important. You want to improve your work alongside a group of people that's slowly getting a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger. And I think this is how you'll arrive at something really, really good. Also, I know a lot of you don't really care about getting massive or big. So maybe the word growth doesn't really resonate with you, but I think that wouldn't it be really cool if you had 100 people like consistently listening to your song? Wouldn't it be cool if you had 100 people consistently supporting, you know, your research? If you had 100 people consistently using your app each week, that'd be pretty cool, right? So I wouldn't even think about growth as something where like you're going viral or you're getting like millions of people. Growth to me is like you're finding those first 100 people that really love what you're doing. And I think all of you in this chat, I think all of you here in like watching this right now would benefit from that, right? You'd benefit from having 100 people who just believe in what you are doing and want to support what you're doing. Because honestly, 100 isn't a lot of people, but it isn't a small number of people either. And it always starts really like it always starts small. And when you start small and you focus a lot on those early people, no matter what you're working on, the path toward getting bigger becomes a lot more obvious. Who's this person spamming dots in the chat? Ban him, Jeffrey. Get him out of here. I like how people in the chat get really annoyed when other people spam. It's funny because when I watch these lectures, I don't even look at chat. I just look at myself. Or like I just watch the person's video. You know what I mean? Wow, this person made multiple accounts just to spam. That's crazy. They made random 1, random 2. That's wild. Shout out to that person going through a lot of effort just to get banned. So I want to take you guys through a scenario that I think a lot of you are in. All right. I think that this is the scenario a lot of you are in. So let's say that, you know, in the last 2 weeks, you got 25 people to check out your project. I'm going to call these people cohort 1. All right, chat? So just remember that little nomenclature, cohort _1. These are the first group of people that ever checked out what you were working on. It's that first group of like your parents, your friends, etc. And, you know, cohort 1 is made up of all of those people that you hustle to get, right? People that you hustle to get on your wait list, using your app, watching your film's trailer, all that stuff, right? And you're excited. You're super excited. But by the following week, only 2 people from cohort 1 stick around, right? This is very similar to the example, you know, I was kind of going through here on my iPad. But, you know, you'll find that only maybe 1 or 2 people from cohort 1 stick around of the 25, right? I'm curious, chat, for you all, how many people are still around that showed that they cared initially? How many people came in and how many people are still here? I'm curious if you know that number. Like, for example, maybe you have like 50 people on your wait list and then 2 people are still interested right now, a week later, 2 weeks later. For a lot of you guys, it's probably going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like a single digit number, probably. 5 of 300 sounds about right. 0 sounds about right. 40, that's pretty good. Not bad. Okay, cool. So you all are in a very similar state together. So for many of you, I think you'll see this as sad. And a lot of people will see this as like a massive failure. Like, oh my God, I put myself out there. I got 25 people to look at what I was doing and they just saw it and no one's here anymore. I'm a failure. You know, and I think that's honestly how I felt a lot of the time early on. And it took a while for me to understand, wow, I just need to remove my emotion. I know that sounds kind of weird, but from these moments, you got to kind of almost remove this emotion of you being like a failure or you feeling like really sad about it and just analyze the situation. Like, all right, you got 2 people to stick around of the 25. That's 8%. That's not too bad. 8% is not that bad. And in reality, I fully expect this to happen where you start with 50 people and you end with like 2 people after a week or so, or after 2 weeks. It's actually so important that you realize this is fully normal because it'd be a miracle if all 50 people stuck around. Like, what were you expecting? Because what you're working on is so early, it's so new. So those people that are going to stick around are going to be like your really early believers, you know? And so it's normal that only 2 of 25 stick around. But again, remove the emotion, just analyze. 8%, okay. So you have to be okay with this massive drop off. It is just you starting, all right? It's not failure, I promise. It's just you starting. You took that first step and that's what happened. That's fine. I think that it's important in these moments to like, for example, for a lot of the people that are saying that they have 0 people who stuck around, think about all of the things that you've been pitched, that you've been told to listen to, that you've been told to watch, and you never actually watched. You never actually checked it out, right? Press 1 if that's happened to you before. Like this, you literally did this. Like someone told you to check this out, check out my app, check out my movie, check out my channel, check out my video, check out my meme, and you never came back to check it out. I promise you, every single one of you in this video, in this live stream, have done this before. So if you've done this before to somebody else, of course, somebody is gonna do it to you. It's just normal. People are busy. People show interest and then decide later they don't care. It's actually normal. And so that's the question now. What do you do with cohort 1? Chat, you have 2 people stick around at the 25, you know, as an example. What do you do with cohort 1 now? Those 2 people or those 25 people? What do you do with them? You had 23 people leave and then 2 people stick around. What do we do? Okay, let's see. Use them for feedback to iterate. Damn, that sounds intense. Make them love your product. I don't know if that's possible. Ask them to spread the word. I don't think they're going to spread the word because they barely care about you right now. Like, think about how many things you spread the word about. Like, they're not going to spread the word. Ask them for feedback, for improvements. Okay, feedback. Okay, yes, great. There's only one answer here. And the answer is you should get feedback. Who stuck around? Why? Who didn't stick around? Why? I think a lot of people will like not even try to talk to the people who didn't stick around. But it's worth talking to those people. Like, hey, you said you were going to check out my thing. It's totally fine that you didn't. That's totally fine. I'm not mad. But can you tell me why? Like, was something happening in your life? Did you just not care about what I was doing? Like, just be honest with me. I think that's honestly a lot of my best learnings come from the people who didn't stick around. Because a lot of times people will talk to the people who did stick around, and those people are good to talk to for sure. But it's kind of better to get negative feedback at this stage versus just going out and getting the super positive feedback. And then, yeah, once you have that feedback from the people who stuck around and the people who didn't, you just got to iterate, right? You got to take their feedback and make it better. Like, hey, 23 people who said that, you know, maybe they said they were going to drink your coffee, but they never bought your coffee. And then you maybe talk to some of them and you realize So, and you essentially learn something new about why they didn't go after your coffee. You know, maybe they were just happy with the coffee they already had at home. Maybe they were happy with the cafe that was already next to their work. You have to learn these things, right? And it's not worth being sad about it. We're like, aw, man, 23 people said they were going to check it out and they didn't. Oh man, my idea sucks. Like, I think that's the loop that a lot of people get in, and that's a bad loop to be in. That's a bad mental loop to be in. And yeah, honestly, this is all stuff we talked about last week, like the whole idea of getting feedback from other people. But I think it gets harder. It's because you have your emotions involved in a lot of it. So then what, chat? You know, we got cohort 1, we got feedback from them. Now what? What do we do next? It's actually pretty straightforward. You got to find cohort 2. I think this is where a lot of people don't think about it this way. But again, if we go back to my little iPad example here, you know, this was essentially cohort 1, right? These 50 people, this was cohort 1, right? Now you got to start fresh. You got to get cohort 2 now, right? And I think that that's where a lot of people kind of trip up, because they're like, wait a second, why would I do that? Why would I spend more time getting even more people if 23 of 25 of cohort 1 dropped off, right? I think that's like the hardest thing for people to kind of like understand. And it's like, well, you got to always find new people to test like new iterations on. Otherwise, you're always going to be caught up in talking to the same group of people who may not actually care, or you have to essentially go through a lot of people to figure out if what you're working on is good, right? You cannot fully depend on that little tiny group of 2 or 3 people at the beginning that stuck around to guide you to the end. It's actually pretty hard. It can work, but it's really, really hard to pull off. So in reality, you gotta actually find cohort 2. You gotta find that next group of people that's gonna give you fresh feedback, they're fresh faces, and they're gonna give you fresh energy. And they're actually, you know, they're not going to feel like, oh, Farza keeps asking me to check his thing out, because they're going to be a brand new group of people. Also, like, just as a note, you want to keep those people that like love what you do around, and you want to keep them close, but you want to watch out from it turning into like an echo chamber. Otherwise, what ends up happening is like everyone essentially says, you're doing great, you're doing great, you're doing great. And then turns out you're not doing that great, but they just wanted to keep believing in you because they just love and support you. You want to keep those people around, but watch out from it turning into an echo chamber. I've seen that happen a lot. So yeah, you want to bring in new people, new opinions, new feedback, etc. Right? I'm going to call this group of new people that you find cohort_2. Okay? And this is where it gets really hard. I see people in chat already talking about it. Like, where do you find cohort 2? Right? You got to find it somehow. So chat, how do you find cohort 2? That's actually like what I want to cover for the majority of this lecture, or for the remaining bit of this lecture, is how do you actually find cohort 2? That sounds really hard, right? Because a lot of you probably already blew all your chips to get cohort 1, right? You already like launched, you already texted all your friends, etc. You know, you did all this stuff already. And you're like, oh my God, now I got to find 25 more people? Oh man, how do I do that? That's going to be really hard. It's pretty simple, actually. You just got to keep running the loop. Again, there's launch. When you launch something, that's like marketing. Marketing is literally already built into this loop, and it's right here. It's launch, right? Launch means, again, create something and show the world. That is the best way to actually find cohort 2. I know it sounds like almost counterintuitive, but running this loop is the best way to actually find your cohorts. You just launch again and again and again until like people are just tired of hearing from you. And if those people get tired of hearing from you, then you find a new group of people to essentially show your stuff to. And again, don't focus on marketing, just focus on launching. I think ignore everything you know about marketing, ignore everything you know about growth. Just like take all that knowledge and like put it in like a desk for now. Like put it in your drawer, right? You don't need to worry about that right now. All you got to worry about is just launching. And so far this week, a lot of you have been launching on places like Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok, etc., right? How many of you, press one if you've launched on Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok, these types of platforms. Like you've been launching on here maybe once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. You've been posting consistently. You feel like you posted once or twice and you gave this a shot. That's great. I'm so happy that a lot of you have decided to launch publicly somewhere. That's beautiful. But I want to make it super clear. These are great channels to build a following, right? And just kind of keep continuously launching. But you want to find more specific channels to you, chat. At the end of the day, stuff like Twitter, stuff like Instagram, it's kind of like screaming in the middle of a busy street to kind of get people to care. Have you guys ever seen that where you're walking down the street and some dude is screaming at you to like come into his barbershop to get a haircut? That's kind of what Twitter is, but online. That's kind of what Instagram is, but online. Just to give you an example, like let's say that I'm walking down, I don't know, Tokyo, and this guy a guy in the street is trying to sell me this, right? And he's literally just like, hey, I want you to check out my toy. Check this out, please, look. Hello? Look at me. I mean, chat, that's essentially what a lot of you all are doing kind of right now. And honestly, that's actually fine. It's actually good to be the guy screaming in the middle of the street. It's gonna, something may happen, right? But I think you wanna kind of increase your chances of people caring. Because I think that, I think you guys know best. There are much better ways to get people to care than by screaming at them in the middle of a mall or a street. But chat, do you all understand that that's what you're doing right now? You're doing the equivalent of screaming at people on the internet, trying to get them to check out what you're doing. But do you understand how in real life, if you were to do that, it'd be so hard for that to work? Like it might work, right? Sometimes you have a guy or girl screaming in the middle of the street about something that they're doing, and you have a little crowd gather around them, right? Like in Times Square or New York. But a majority of the time, everyone's like, why is this person trying to get my attention? I'm busy, So again, you want to find more channels specific to you. And I'm going to use this word a lot, chat, this nomenclature, channels. A channel is simply a place where, I think actually I explain it later, but I'll cover channels in a bit. But just kind of keep that word in mind for now. You want to increase your chances of people caring, so you want to go to channels, right? So this is where a channel is where your potential people are hanging out, all right? That's all a channel is. I'm curious, Chad, just for the exercise, who are your people? Who are the people that are gonna, or not your people, but who are the, how would you describe them? Is it like medical students studying for their MCAT? Is it people into, indie films? Is it, I don't know, people interested in like rare Pokemon cards? Who are your people? Be very, very specific around who your audience is. Sorry, this should be your audience. My bad, chat. It shouldn't be people. This is where your audience is hanging out. And I want you to be very specific. Designers, not specific enough. What kind of designers? Researchers, not specific enough. What kind of researchers? Readers, what kind of readers? Fashion degens. What's that? Apple Watch users, all right. Sneakerheads, all right. Restaurant owners, okay. Newly graduated students, okay. Folks with medical conditions like IBS, all right. Houseplant owners. 19-year-old baristas working at Starbucks. That's great. That's very specific. Again, be very, very specific here. That's very important. Music lovers, that is not good. What kind of music? Content creators. What kind of content creators? There's millions of content creators. Doctors. What kind of doctors? You guys see what I'm getting at, chat? You want to kind of, for the majority of this lecture, have a very, very clear niche understanding of who your audience is for the sake of this lecture. And so a channel is essentially where your audience is hanging out, right? So I want to kind of go through an example of Buildspace, like our early days. So when Buildspace kind of got started, it looked like this, right? It was just a Discord server, and the idea was that we would teach people how to learn some new technologies with live streams, basically. So we'd run these live streams where people could essentially learn how to use the Twitch API or learn how to make their first smart contract or do some stuff like that, right? And that's all it was. It was literally just a Discord server. So then, we launch it and we get about, what was it? I forgot the number. I think it was like 500 people within the first kind of 48 hours to check it out, right? So 500 people joined our Discord server. It was amazing. And then we get to work. At the time, it was just me and Alec who would do the live streams, right? So this was me at Alec's apartment running one of our first live streams ever, right? And I think about 25 people showed up. It was pretty awesome. And Alec was also doing live streams. So me and Alec both were teaching different things. So I was teaching like Solidity and like smart contracts, and Alec was teaching stuff about the Twitch API. And again, the whole idea was let's help people kind of learn some new stuff and build their own little side projects. And that was the idea, right? 2 weeks later, chat, 25 people of the 500 people stuck around. So 500 people joined our Discord server. We thought we were hot shit, but then 25 people actually stuck around after 2 weeks. That's 5%, right? So I tell you all this because a lot of the stuff that you're going through right now is stuff that, yeah, we went through as well. So 25 of the 500 stuck around. That was our cohort _1, right? And those 25 people brought in some friends. I think those 25 people, I think they brought in 5 or 10 other people. I think a lot of the times people think that you're gonna develop these super fans that somehow just spread the word. But honestly, that doesn't happen until kind of later. In reality, yeah, if 25 people stuck around, maybe 3 of them or 2 of them really loved us, Farza farted? That's crazy. It's the chair, guys, please. Chat, don't do this. Don't gaslight me. It's the chair. Don't make me prove it. Don't make me prove it, chat. Don't do this to me. My dignity, my respect. That's too funny. But yeah, so yeah, those 25 people, I don't expect those people that stick around to somehow magically bring their friends, because it's really not going to happen in the early days. But it was obvious to us that Buildspace just wasn't that good yet. I mean, only 5% of people are sticking around. Obviously, what we got isn't that great yet. And so we kept trying new. So we knew we needed to keep trying new things, but we knew we also needed new people to try them with. So we asked ourselves a very simple question: where are people who want to work on their own tech side projects hanging out? So chat, maybe you can answer this question. Where are people who want to work on their own tech side projects hanging out? Because that was a question we asked ourselves. Because we also were confused. How the hell were we going to find cohort 2? We already spent all our trips to find cohort 1. How are we going to find cohort 2? So where are these people? YouTube. Okay. What else? Developer conference. I mean, okay, yeah. I don't want to go to developer conference, but it makes sense. Reddit? I mean, not really. Where on Reddit? Developer forums? Which forum? My basement? That's kind of sus. GitHub? I mean, yeah, they're on GitHub, but how do you find them? Hacker News? Okay. College? Yes, who said that? Who said college? Who said college? Someone said college. Approva said college, and Lisa said college. I think Nat also said college. Yes. So we essentially found that our next channel was going to be computer science department Discord servers. We found that almost every college in the United States had a computer science department, and almost every computer science department at the time had a Discord server, right? Where a lot of the students would hang out and ask questions, etc. Right? It was like a little community for that computer science department. And so, you know what we did, chat? We literally just took a university that we knew one of our users attended, and we didn't ask anybody permission. And we said, hey, you know, Buildspace is now partnered with Rutgers, New Jersey University. Yeah, let's go. And then we launched this. Again, Rutgers, we never asked them anything. We just said, hey, we didn't ask anybody anything. We just literally made this and we posted it and we said, we are now partnered with Rutgers. Yay. And turns out, by the way, chat, if you didn't know, our logo used to be a unicorn. It was disgusting. That was my decision, by the way, the unicorn. I regret it. For 2 years, it was a unicorn. It was horrible. Anyways, we found that every college that we developed, like we launched a little fake partnership with, we got 25 to 50 new signups. Because what we would do is we would go to every college Discord server, we'd become friends with the moderators, who were usually like students, and we would say, hey, we'd love to announce this partnership. And that's it. That's how we got 25 to 50 new signups from every college. And you know, chat, we just kept on doing it. All of a sudden, Buildspace X NYU, Buildspace X FIU, Buildspace X University of Illinois. And again, we didn't ask anybody for permission. We just literally said, this is a partnership. We're doing this. And then we'd ask the moderators of the Discord server if they'd be down to blast it to their audience. And almost every moderator, surprisingly, was down because they just thought Buildspace was kind of fun. They were like, oh, you know, computer science students need to build their resumes. Therefore, Buildspace is good. And it's free. All right, perfect. We'll check it out. Well, I'll tell this to my audience in my Discord server. And so that's what we did. We actually ended up getting a lot of people from this, which I mentioned in a bit. But I think it's worth remembering, as we launched all of these universities, 95% of these people we knew would not stick around. But we knew that even if by the end we had maybe 50 people who stuck around throughout all the cohorts, that we were onto something, you know? And you know, it really actually hurts a lot. Yo, Random is at it, bro. That's crazy. This guy's just making accounts just to spam a period. He's having so much fun. That's great. You know, chat, you gotta make sure that you hustle like Random in the chat is hustling, making these fake accounts just to troll you guys. Look, he's still doing it. It's beautiful to see. And it's that sort of hustle that is gonna actually get a lot of your stuff to work, right? But I also know there's like an emotional element to all of this. I know you all are not just hustle machines. You're gonna lose a lot of these people that you spend a lot of effort trying to get, and it's gonna hurt. You're gonna feel sad, and you're gonna feel like, you know, you're doing something wrong. But chat, I want you to remember, it's normal, and it's normal. That's all I gotta say. You wanna optimize right now for learning and for improving what you are doing versus kind of going big, right? And so chat, college Discord servers ended up magically getting Buildspace our first 2,500 people. Isn't that crazy? And I think of these 2,500 people, about 10% of people ended up sticking around, which was about 250 people. And that was, I think, after like 6 to 8 weeks. I think after 6 to 8 weeks, we had found 2,500 people to sign up, and 250 people actually went through the whole thing. At the time, Buildspace was like a 2-week thing. It was 2 weeks where you would like work on a side project with us. It was very short, but yeah, 250 people ended up sticking around, and it was crazy for us. But it took us 8 weeks to get there, and we ended up losing 2,300 people. And honestly, that takes an emotional toll even on me. Where I'm like, yo, we had to go through 2,300 people to find the 250 people that, you know, essentially wanted to stick around, you know? So yeah, it's tough. It's definitely tough, but it's going to be worth it because you're going to find those people that want to stick around. And yeah, you know, this formula that we built, like the computer science college formula, it worked out. And we kept on doing it for over 6 months. Pretty simple. For 6 months, we just kept doing the same thing over and over and over again. But eventually colleges stopped working. And I think that's like a different story that I want to tell another day. Which is what happens when your channel no longer works. So I'm going to cover a different example around that. Because for Buildspace, colleges kind of kept on just working because there's so many colleges. We just kind of kept going every day with new colleges. But for a lot of you guys, you won't really have that endless channel. Every channel eventually dies. And it's up to you to continuously find new channels. I want to also cover Zipschool. All right. So Zipschool, again, is the thing that Buildspace was before, where, kids could essentially learn cool science stuff online. And one of the main questions that we asked ourselves when I first started Zipschool, which was just me for like a year, it was, where are parents with kids K through 5 hanging out? And I think that at the time I was 23 years old. I had no kids. I didn't know really many parents at all other than my mom. So chat, where are parents with kids K through 5 hanging out? Can anybody tell me? Just take some guesses. The park. It's kind of sus, but yeah, the park. That's true. Walmart. What? Facebook. Yes. Parks. Yes. Roblox. I don't think parents are hanging out on Roblox. I think kids are hanging out on Roblox. I was looking for parents, not kids. Facebook groups. Yes. Tuition centers. Yes. These are great. Church. McDonald's. All right. Daycares, that's really good. Soccer games, yeah. So honestly, when I first started, I did the dumbest thing ever, which was I would literally just put cards in people's mailboxes, right? I was like, parents are probably living at a house, right, chat? Parents are probably living in houses. Therefore, I should put cards in the mailbox of houses. That was the whole idea. It was the dumbest thing possible. And guess what? It did not work at all. But then I found this other channel. So at the time, I was browsing through Facebook when Facebook was back when Facebook was a thing. And I found this interesting channel, which was mom support groups. I found a lot of these channels around these moms that would join these Facebook groups to essentially find support and talk about problems or things that they were dealing with their children. So for example, if your kid gets sick, or if your kid is struggling with a certain thing in school, or if your kid is like, anything can pop up. These were essentially kind of support groups for these parents, mostly for moms. They were mom support groups. And so what was really cool is I ended up just getting in on all of these mom support groups. Right? I ended up getting in on all of these mom support groups, which was actually kind of interesting. And I ended up kind of becoming friends with a lot of the moms who were the moderators, and I ended up showing them Zipschool. And the moms in this group ended up really liking it, and they started talking about it to the people in the Facebook group. A lot of people in chat are saying sus, but it wasn't really that sus. I was a normal guy. I would join these groups. I would very clearly say, hey, I am not a mom, but I want to kind of join this group and understand what US parents are going through. What are US parents going through? What are your struggles? I'm just a kid. I'm just a guy that's trying to understand your problems and go from there. And it ended up working. I ended up joining like 20 or 30 of these Facebook groups, becoming friends with a lot of the moderators. And that was actually the beginning of Zipschool. That's how we got a lot of the beginnings of what do you call it? Of our user base. Damn. Hey, yo, Jeffrey, ban all these people. You guys are being sus right now. Yeah. I mean, yeah, honestly, this could have gone kind of bad. Like, I think a lot of people do this sort of stuff and they're actually sus. I actually wasn't sus at all, in my opinion. But I think a lot of people do this shit and they're super annoying or sus. Well, they'll join these Facebook groups and they'll make some posts and then they'll just get banned. You know, like, hey, everybody, check out what I'm working on. And it's like, dude, this is a mom Facebook group. What are you doing here? And they'll kick you out and they'll ban you. I'm telling you, moms on Facebook were ruthless to me, especially when I just kind of blatantly advertised what I was working on. So again, you got to kind of be respectful of all these different places that you go. Because remember chat, nobody gives a fuck about what you're working on. Nobody cares about you. All right? So don't think that you can just go to a random subreddit or a random Facebook group and just expect it to work when you post about what you're doing there. It's not gonna work. They're gonna ban you and they're gonna say like, why are you in my group? Get out. I want to give you another example here. This is Dylan. He in season, I think 3 or season 4 was working on Lorai, which was essentially a way to make marketing assets with AI, right? So it's a way to make marketing assets with AI. So then the question became, where are people like marketers who are kind of messing with the latest AI tooling hanging out, right? Actually, let me change this a little bit. I think this could change a little bit better, which is where are marketers into AI hanging out? So chat, where are marketers into AI hanging out? Take an example, or just take a guess. LinkedIn, again, I want specific channels, chat, very specific channels. Reddit is not specific enough. Like, I want like a subreddit. I want like a specific small place where people are. Instagram, Slack, these are too broad. Twitter, too broad. Discord, too broad. Like, is there a specific Discord server? Is there a specific subreddit? Is there a specific niche? Marketing conferences, okay, yeah. Pinterest, okay. Marketing subreddits, okay. There's a lot of Discords for AI marketing. Yeah, so I like that one. That one's really good. Product Hunt? Not really. Not many marketers there as far as I've seen, but maybe I'm wrong. Worth trying. Yes, marketing courses and marketing YouTubers. That's really cool. What else we got? Telegram groups, yeah. Oh, LinkedIn communities. That's really good. Okay, yeah. You want to notice that the more specific the channel, the better. Like, you don't want to just say like Twitter, you know, because like Twitter is like, that's so big. Like, what's a specific place? So, you know what Dylan ended up doing is Dylan ended up doing Twitter and LinkedIn, and he did everything. So he tweeted a bunch. He cold emailed a bunch of people. He then posted on Product Hunt. He then cold emailed people on Instagram, a bunch. He did a bunch of stuff, and guess what, chat? None of this worked. None of this worked, which is kind of crazy. You would think one of these things would have worked for him. He kind of got some traffic on Twitter, but no one really checked out what he was doing. Like, he got 200 likes, but not many people actually looked at what he was doing. So again, this goes to show you can do a bunch of the right things and it can still not work, right? But what ended up working for Dylan was actually Reddit. He found these really interesting subreddits, these AI subreddits, where he would just post his tool and say, hey, I spent a weekend building a tool that lets you make LoRa's without code, right? So he started going after more like developer types instead of marketers. And that ended up working out for him. I think this got like 171 comments. And he just kept doing this across Reddit, which is really cool. So yeah, that ended up working for him. But he had to first mess up for like 2 weeks straight and have stuff not work for like many weeks in a row for him to figure out, oh shit, Reddit's kind of cool, you know? So his channel ended up becoming Tech Subreddits. And yeah, I tell that story because there is no right answer. You all just need to try a bunch of shit. So you got to try as many things as you can until you figure it out. At the end of the day, Dylan kind of learned over time that marketers weren't really that interested in what he was doing, but kind of AI image gen people were into what he was doing. So he changed direction a little bit. He tried some new channels and it ended up working out. All right. So you just got to try a bunch of stuff because you never know what's going to work. I want to go over another example, which is Kat. Kat is a musician. So chat, where are people listening to EDM hanging out? Can you tell me? Where are the people just listening to EDM hanging out? And again, I want a specific place, ideally on the internet, like where they're hanging out. All right, clubs, yes, fine. Spotify, I mean, not really. They're not hanging out at Spotify. SoundCloud, kinda. Clubs and raves and festivals, I guess. Yeah, that's not bad. Discord, kinda. Concerts, yeah. Music discovery subreddits, yeah. Yeah, so music is something where it's actually kind of hard. Because honestly, people who listen to specific types of music, the only place they really hang out is like concerts and clubs and these types of places, right? So that's actually what Kat ended up doing, where she actually started with just Instagram, where she would post her music on Instagram and see if anybody listened, right? So that's like a perfect start. She wanted to see if that would be a good channel for her. So, you know, she started that, but it didn't really get her that many listeners, right? It got her a couple, but not that many, right? So it's like, okay. So then kind of like you all, she was like, oh, where are people who want to listen to EDM music hanging out? Well, they're hanging out probably on the streets. So then she started making these videos where she would go on the streets, record people listening to her music and post that on Instagram, right? And so that was a nice a nice little iteration. She also started posting stuff on Twitter where she would literally just post her Logic Pro kind of project and show a video of her actual song and how it sounded and how it looked like in the actual editor. So again, these are all things that she tried, right? She posted the street interviews on Twitter as well, and people ended up really liking it. But recently, she started working on this new series, which is really cool, where she essentially tells the yo chat. Random5 says, "Sorry, chat. Sorry, chat. If I disturb you, I will not do it again." Yo, chat. Should we forgive him? Should we forget Random? I'm assuming it's a man. That's my bad. Could be anybody. Should we forgive him, chat? Random5? I think we should forgive him. All right, Random5, we'll forgive you. For now. For now. For now. Chat's saying to give him a grant? What the fuck? No. For what? So I want to show you this thing that Kat ended up with. I think a lot of content creators and musicians, they struggle a lot with this, where they don't iterate enough on the type of content they're putting out. So look at how much Kat iterated in a very short period of time. From posting her tracks to posting, you know, literally her project on Twitter to doing street interviews to stuff like this. So let's watch this one now.
I feel like I can't really choose a direction with my life. I basically started coding when my grandma let me program these little drawings on her computer as a kid. So then I got a couple of degrees for it and had my corporate moment at some tech companies. But then I felt so existential about not having enough impact on the world, so I quit to start my own company. Didn't know what the fuck I was doing there, went back to a real job, and was moving from Seattle to Austin to New York to San Francisco, and then decided to jump scare my parents and produce music full time. So I have a lot to figure out, like what type of music actually feels like me, and art for it, and how to DJ. But I've also always wanted to design clothes to match the feeling of a song, and I've also been thinking about coding up some visualizers for my music. But I've been told I should focus on one thing at a time, so I don't know. But at least I feel like I'm going in the right direction, right?
All right, that's beautiful. Because the cool thing about this video is that her channel ended up becoming Instagram, right? Like her channel where she got her listeners was Instagram. But very important, she also figured out her content type. And I think content type you're always iterating on. And her content type right now seems to be videos detailing my life becoming a full-time musician, right? So I think a lot of people, they'll pick these channels like Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, etc., but they don't ever pick a specific type of content that they're really trying to put out. And they'll put out like a bunch of random nonsense, right? And I think random nonsense is fine to start, but eventually you kind of want to start to figure out what type of videos and content do you want to make, right? If you're putting content on Twitter, what type of content do you want to be known for? If you're putting out content on Instagram, what kind of content do you want to be known for? And what do you enjoy making? So again, your channel being Instagram is totally cool. But if your channel is something like a social media app, I would figure out like, and where you're essentially posting for the algorithm, I would really figure out what your content type is as quickly as possible, But that's a great example of cat. Let's do one more example here with Naveed. How much time do I got? Ooh, like 10 more minutes. Let's do one more example here with Naveed. So this was Naveed's landing page, unriddle.ai. I think this was about a year ago, or maybe 8 months ago. It was understand anything in minutes using AI. All right, that was his idea, where you could essentially upload a PDF and then chat with it using AI. That was the idea, right? So then the question becomes, and also specifically, Unriddle is your research co-pilot. Simplify complex topics, summarize content, and ask questions and get answers instantly. So chat, where are people that want to understand complex topics hanging out? Give me some ideas, chat. I need your expert opinion. Where are people that want to understand complex topics hanging out? Wikipedia. What? At the library. All right. Nerd groups. What is a nerd group? Kumon. The fuck? Universities. Yeah. I'm seeing a lot of universities, libraries, research labs, Facebook student groups, Khan Academy forums. What else? Neil deGrasse Tyson YouTube channel. Okay. Schools, Facebook research groups again. Okay, cool. So a lot of kind of the similar answers here. Alumni communities. So you know what, chat? I think I have a problem with this one. I have a problem with this kind of like framing. What's the problem right now? Like, this is actually really hard. It's actually really hard to find people that want to understand complex topics. Why is that? Why does this feel like not that simple? It doesn't feel like an obvious place where I just go and find them, right? Like, why is that? How can we make this simpler? Yes, so I think context says it. It's just not specific enough. This is tough. This is really, really hard. Finding people that want to understand complex topics, that is so hard to do. That is so broad. That is so not specific at all. And so, chat, can we instead look for a more specific type of person, right? So for example, let me change up the sentence a little bit. What if we're looking for students who want to study? Students, and that's actually what Naveed ended up doing, students who were trying to understand complex topics to study for their exams, right? So all of a sudden, that feels a lot simpler because we're able to actually kind of like figure out like, oh, it's actually pretty simple to understand that, you know, where are students? Where do I find students? Versus like trying to find people that understand complex topics. That's pretty hard. So then that's what kind of Naveed did. He started going after these student subreddits on Reddit. I feel like we've been talking about Reddit a lot. Just so you know, Reddit sometimes works for people and sometimes it's like a massive waste of time. But Naveed started posting on Reddit and it mostly didn't go that great. Some places he got some people checking it out. So he started posting on these subreddits, which was like r/getstudying, r/study tips. And he gets a bunch of upvotes, but nobody really checks out Unriddle that much. Like he gets a bunch of like upvotes, but again, no one from Reddit is like getting really that excited. They're more just like, oh, this is kind of cool, but they don't actually convert. They don't actually check it out. Does that make sense? So it's fine to get a bunch of upvotes, but then what you're actually going after is like, hey, you want people to actually check out what you're doing, right? So for Naveed, this didn't really end up working, like student stuff. He tried hard to get students, but he found very quickly that, hey, maybe students aren't my audience. And he pivots a little bit. He pivots instead to people into research, like biologists and just hard science researchers. And I think this ends up working for him, where he essentially rebrands a little bit. And instead of it being understand anything in minutes using AI, he turns it into read research papers faster. And then he essentially goes after a bunch of researcher subreddits. And that ends up working pretty well for him. And that's like the initial momentum he got, where he starts going after all these different researcher subreddits like r/biotech, r/biology, r/data science, and ends up getting some traction there, right? He actually ends up getting less upvotes, but more people actually convert. But you know, honestly, Reddit is one of those things where it's kind of like a one hit. Like you can post one time on a certain subreddit, but then you'll eventually run out of shots. Like on average, I think on Reddit, you have maybe 5 to 10 shots You should take those shots as early as possible, but eventually your channels will stop working. And then for Naveed, Reddit stopped working. So then he's found a new channel, which was he started cold emailing these researchers, right? And so he would literally write these cold emails to PhD students from LinkedIn and then say, hey, my name is Naveed. I'm working on a tool for bioresearchers, blah, 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 blah. And he was literally trying then to find this new channel, which was cold emailing. You know, for him, cold emailing didn't really end up working. So then he found this other channel that might be interesting, which was Twitter and TikTok personalities. Turns out there were a lot of PhD students and a lot of scientists on Twitter and TikTok. And so Naveed started paying people on Twitter initially small amounts of money to post about Unreal. Chat, do you know about all those people on Twitter that are like, you know, here are these top 10 tools in AI, right? On Twitter, and they write these big threads. Press 1 if you know what I'm talking about. Like, you know, they'll be like, oh, here are the top 10 tools in image gen, or marketing will never be the same. Here are the 5 tools you have to check out. So what Naveed did is he actually reached out to those people and just paid them like $25 to $50 or some amount of money. I forgot the money. It was a pretty small amount to mention Unreal. And that ended up really working pretty well. And then he did the same thing, but then on TikTok. He started paying influencers $100, $125 to post about Unreal. And by that point, he was making some money too, so it ended up working out. But all the while, he was also just spamming like hell on Twitter. Like literally every single day, Naveed would tweet or post on LinkedIn about Unreal. So again, Twitter, LinkedIn, all these places, it's kind of like screaming in the street. So you should definitely do it, but you should do it alongside other things. So that's really important. You don't just rely purely on tweeting or posting on these social media platforms to get you to where you want to go. But you should keep doing it though, regardless. Did it just play that sound, the Grant sound? That was by accident. Hey, let's give Naveed a grant though. Let's go. Congratulations, Naveed. From season 3. Congratulations, man. You did great, man. You did so good. You did so good. So TLDR chat, you just got to try a lot of things. You got to try a lot of things. And I think Naveed's story, Kat's story, I hope all these stories help contextualize how hard this all is, you know? Does this make sense, chat? Like, I went through all these different stories and all these different examples, not to really teach you how to grow or how to market, but more how to think about it. And to show you like how many times people tried something and it didn't work, and then trying something a little bit different the next time, finding a new channel, and then continuously trying that over and over again. Like going to new places, new channels, and getting a new group of people to test your work with every time. All right, I think we're running out of time here. Let's finish up though. I think I got like 5 more minutes. I'll give you some final words here. So one thing I'll mention here is like, you'll find that, what do you call it? You'll find that it helps to rank these channels that you have in mind. Because even right now, chat, can you give me a channel, like a very specific channel that you're interested in pursuing after the stream? Like sometime in the next 7 days, some channel that you want to pursue in the next 7 days. Turns out you probably got some ideas after this stream. Libraries, subreddits. Again, don't say Reddit. Like, what's the subreddit? Reddit is a giant platform. Discord, again, what's the specific? Again, get specific, chat. You want to be specific. Reddit, Pinterest, Discord, these are very big things. Again, it's like screaming in the middle of a street. You got, like, where specifically would you want to post? And so what you'll find is you have a lot of ideas for these channels, and it helps to actually rank these channels. This is how I do it just for Buildspace, or how I used to do it, where on a Google Sheet, I would actually write down my idea, and then on the right, I would say, how much effort would this idea / channel require? And then what's the potential impact of that channel? So for example, tweeting about my new feature with my new demo video. That's a very low effort thing to do, but the potential impact can be really high because I can go viral. Or check this out, like walk to the Airbnb HQ and see if my CEO will check out my product. This is a very high effort thing to do, but it's very low impact. So again, maybe something like this, which is like post on r/startups, a kind of a medium effort thing to do, but pretty high impact if it works out. And so this is a great way to kind of think about share my spreadsheet. Just take a screenshot, guys. You can make this. This is not hard. But this is like a very simple way to kind of like rank what you want to do throughout your weeks or throughout your days. Because again, you can go crazy. Like, I'm going to go cold email people. Then I'm going to post on LinkedIn. Then I'm going to post in a Discord group. Then I'm going to walk to that place and then blah, 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 blah. You know, so you kind of want to make sure that you rank things and you pick the right things to work on. Also, I just want to give a shout out. I'm not going to go over their examples right now, but shout out to Moalo and shout out to Yash. I was going to show your projects on stream, and Comfy Space, but I think I would like to get through some other stuff. Anyways, chat, that's a really, really simple way to think through your channels and what to actually focus on. And then that's it. Over each cycle, as you do this, your creation will improve. You'll constantly be testing new iterations of what you're working on with new cohorts of people. And chat, let's just say that you make it to cohort 10. What will happen by cohort 10? What's the dream? What would happen by cohort 10, you think? Because right now, a lot of you are on like cohort _2. What would happen if you get to cohort _10, where you created, launched, measured, learned with 10 different groups of people? What do you think would happen? The planet will explode. Damn. You'll have diehard fans. Yes. You will identify your people. Yes. You'll have super fans. Yes. The big money. Maybe. You'll be acquired by Microsoft. Maybe. People will fall in love with your product. Yes. Some amount of people will. Yeah, so essentially what's happened is you'll develop a really small base of superfans, right? And that's what's you'll likely find your first 100 fans that like really love what you're doing. These are people who may love your script, who love your app, who love your B2B SaaS, who love your YouTube channel, right? They're your 100 core supporters. And you know, it won't be like 1 million people, but it'll be a very small group of like hundreds or thousands of people. And these are your believers, right? And it's hard to believe, but those 100 people are going to take you to the next level, right? Maybe some of those people invest in you. Maybe some of those people become one of your customers. Maybe some of those people become like lifetime fans of yours, you know? You never know what is going to end up happening with those 100 people. Like for me, of my first 100 fans, 3 of them ended up investing in me, which was crazy because I needed money. So, but turns out they really liked what I was doing. And these random people from the internet just gave me money to work on what I wanted to do, which is pretty wild. So you never know. You literally never know, chat. And that's why I want you all to focus on growing your work versus like pure growth. Like, don't go and chase pure numbers right now. You want to kind of like, you want to balance growth with making your thing better. That's like if you take anything away from today's lecture, like that's what I want to kind of get you to think. Because again, it's really easy to get your emotions tied up in the numbers. Like when you look at the graph, when you look at all these things, it can be kind of depressing when you look at like a graph and it's like, oh man, nobody stuck around. And you know, you want to make sure you don't get your emotions too tied up in all of this. That's really all I got, Chad. That's really all I got. TLDR, no need to think past cohort 2 right now. Just think about cohort 2 this week, chat. I want you to find cohort 2. I want you to run the loop with them. I want you to create something new. I want you to launch it. I want you to measure it. I want you to learn from it. And I want you to make your thing better this week. And hopefully you find some growing number of people that really love what you're doing. Make sense, chat? We cool with that? Are we cool with this? We cool with this plan? I know things are getting kind of hard, but there's 2 more weeks left. Like, and 2 more weeks. In 2 more weeks, it's all going to be over, chat. It's all going to be gone. I'm not going to be here anymore. You're not going to be here anymore. Random is not going to be in the chat anymore. None of us are going to be here. And it's going to be you, back to you being alone in your room, having to motivate yourself. So take now to really, I don't know, take advantage of this right now, this energy, this momentum, because there's only 2 more weeks left. And yeah, we're going to be dropping weekly update number 5 later today. And by the way, if you want to come to IRL in San Francisco, we are at capacity. I think we have like 25 spots left. I think it's about 900 people have booked it. So it's crazy. Pop-ups we're going to be talking about in week 6. That's next week. But yeah, only 25 spots left for the SF IRL. So if you're coming, I'll see you there. If not, I'll see you online. It'll be cool anyways. And next week, we're going to be talking about Demo Day. So we'll talk all about Demo Day, how it works, and the format next week. Don't worry about that at all right now. This week, all you got to focus on, find cohort 2, that next group of people, and make something cool with them. That's all I got. Oh, and the lab on Thursday, last thing, chat. The lab on Thursday is going to be a lecture with Jeffrey and Stevan. Jeffrey and Stevan do almost, I guess, most of the marketing at Buildspace, like the design, the copywriting, the tweets you read, the emails you read. It's almost all written by Jeffrey or Stevan. All the artwork we put out, and then they're going to be talking to you on Thursday about design, marketing, and writing. And that's it. That's all we got. We're going to be hanging out here for a couple of more hours, just co-working. Maybe I'll start drawing something on my iPad while we're gone. And then that's it. That's all I got, chat. I'll talk to you all soon. See you Thursday. Actually, I'll see you next time, Tuesday. On Thursday, you'll see Stevan and Jeffrey. Thank you so much, chat. Appreciate you. Goodbye.
Yes, get a satellite necklace. lost. You had to fight against the best. Surely knowing not the ends less. So let what you left behind, Jim. And I had right to end it, but I had to fight against it. After all, on the fence this time. I know. I lied just to get it right, but it wasn't right. Yes, get a flat like neck lost. You had to fight against the best. Surely knowing not the ends less. So let what you left behind, Jim. And I had right to end it, but I had to fight against it. After all, on the fence this time. I know. I lied just to get it right, but it wasn't right.
Dropped out, I was 17, wasting all my money, mixing dope and LSD. Man, mama said don't get ahead of me, but I don't wanna finish college, I got hella dreams. I don't know what's gotten into me, ever since I stopped pretending it was history. Dropped out, I was 17, now I got more freedom than I've ever seen. Life don't have directions, and I've been trying to quarantine the thought of heaven. In the meantime, I realized I've been there before. All the doors are closed, wanted so much more. Now it's nice to know there's no enemy or a victory. It's all costumes, funny dances to dropped out, I was 17, wasting all my money, mixing dope and LSD. Man, mama said don't get ahead of me, but I don't wanna finish college, I got hella dreams. I don't know what's gotten into me, ever since I stopped pretending it was history. Dropped out, I was 17, now I got more freedom than I've ever seen. I love my mama, don't want me apartment, but my brother say just gon' get an apartment. Flipping the pages to get into the garden, but now the more it's taller, treat me like a goddamn. Feelings rolled up and it's about time. Exhale in the ninth cloud, cloud nine. I got money, I'll expand on it. Can't see your plans, authority couldn't handle us. This the type of shit that make my hands fall asleep. Low blood sugar and some more caffeine. I don't need nothing but I want that cheap. So much like that I left to be. Looked inside for some consolation. I found a bad dime in its prime, embraced it. I learned it was never complicated. You are who you are, don't keep you waiting. I say you are who you are, don't keep you waiting. I say you are, man. Dropped out, I was 17, wasting all my money buying one PLSD. Mama said don't get ahead of me, but I don't wanna finish college, I got hella dreams. I don't know what's gotten into me, ever since I stopped pretending it was history. Dropped out, I was 17, now I got more freedom than I ever seen.
He was only in town for like a month and we've been friends for like
disconnected from the world again. I know the sun don't shine in the place I've been. So why you keep acting like I don't exist? Yeah, I feel like I'm ready to die, but I can't commit. So I ask myself, when will I live? I've set myself on fire, feel the burn. I'm scared that I'm never gonna be repaired. Put me out of my misery. My mind feels like an arch enemy. Can't look me in the eyes. I don't know what hurts the most. Hold it on or let it go. Reliving my memories, and they're killing me one by one.
Sabotage myself again. Got a brain like a hurricane. Me and that bitch know we can't be friends. And I don't even care now. Got me sinking to a dark place. Evil twin under the staircase. Oh my god, think I'm looking at a long night. I'm alone, I'm alone, I'm alone, I'm alone. Terrified. Annihilation never looks so bright. Shut up. Hush your mouth, you talk too much.
Put me out of my misery. My mind feels like an arch enemy. Can't look me in the eyes. I don't know what hurts the most. Hold it on or let it go. Reliving my memories, and they're killing me one by one. And I'm staring into the void again. No one felt it 10 times again. Times like this should never end. We were never friends, fell apart like severed ends. I can't even comprehend, too hooked on the sands. I know you never left, Teddy holding hands. I know you never left, Teddy holding hands. We were never friends, fell apart like severed ends. I can't even comprehend, too hooked on the sands. I know you never left, Teddy holding hands. We were never friends, fell apart like severed ends. Words changing, I'm deranged, and no one's changing me. Speeding to lose track of it all. Feeling like a back to the wall. Being done geranium all. Being done geranium all. Speeding to lose track of it all. Feeling like a back to the wall. Being done geranium all. Being done geranium all.
Tomorrow I'm gonna wake up and I'll be 50. And I'll still be doing this shit.
Voy a hacer una pared entre tu vida y la mía para no volverte a ver, por lo menos cada día. Pero si quieres venir, también le pondré una puerta. Y por si quiero morir, una ventanita abierta, porque me muero contigo, me muero sin ti, me muero si te vas y si te veo venir, me muero cuando estás y si no estás a mi lado, siento que me estoy muriendo y no me quiero morir, me muero contigo, me muero sin ti, me muero si te vas y si te veo venir, porque me muero cuando estás y si no estás a mi lado, siento que me estoy muriendo y no me quiero morir. Si te vas, si no estás, si te quiero, me quieres o no, voy a hacer una pared entre tu vida y la mía para no volverte a ver, por lo menos cada día. Pero si quieres venir, también le pondré una puerta.
la vida es una mierda si tú me olvidas, si no te acuerdas, si voy a ahogarme con una cuerda. Porque me muero contigo, me muero sin ti, me muero si te vas y si te veo venir, me muero cuando estás y si no estás a mi lado, siento que me estoy muriendo y no me quiero morir. Me muero contigo, me muero sin ti, me muero si te vas y si te veo venir, porque me muero cuando estás y si no estás a mi lado, siento que me estoy muriendo y no me quiero morir.
Django, have you always been alone? Django, have you never loved again? Love will live on, life must go on, for you cannot spend your life.
I'm not even joking. This is actually really hard. I will not leave this chair until I have what I'm happy with. I hate this. This is horrible.
Love has gone away, lost you long ago. Now you've lost her, but you've lost her forever, Django. When there are clouds in the sky and they are gray, you may be sad, but remember they'll all soon pass away. Oh, Django, after the showers, the sun will be shining. Lost you loved her, now you've lost her, but you've lost her forever, Django. When there are clouds in the skies and they are gray, you may be sad, but remember they'll all soon pass away. Oh, Django, after the showers, the sun will be shining. Django, oh, Django, you must go on.
Feels like I'm losing you, the person that I once knew, and maybe you're losing me, and all of our memories. But God, how hard it must be to be lost in your arms again, trapped in a fading life where memories are left behind. It's so hard to see it slip away, and I wish that you could stay just one more day. I swear I give everything to solve your puzzle. Everything to put together what you've lost. I'll spend all of my time to bring back the pieces. All of my time to get the missing parts. You're standing right in front of me, but you're fading away, losing your soul piece after piece. Feels like a stranger before me. It's so hard to see you slip away, and I wish that you could stay just one more day. I swear I'll give everything to solve your puzzle. Everything to put together what you've lost. I'll spend all of my time to bring back the pieces. All of my time to get the missing parts. And I see the pain that you're going through as memories slip away from you, but know that you're not alone. I'll give everything to solve your puzzle. Everything to put together what you've lost. I'll spend all of my time to bring back the pieces. All of my time to get the missing parts. I'll give everything to solve your puzzle.
Hey, yeah. Hey, yo, thing. Put me on up. Send me some. Bro.
Baby, you're bad for my health. You're bad for my wealth. You're bad for yourself. You should be with someone else.
Step back and pat yourself on the back. Don't pour you a cup of cognac. Yeah. Always acting funny with your funny ass. What you wanna eat with your hungry ass. See a book smart, you be acting boss. Come and shake it on me to the reggaeton. Yeah, like that, I'm on the ringtone. You can have a bag, I dish, turn thing down.
You're my drug, my vice there. Anything you needed, I swiped that. You're tripping on me, so I swipe it. Every time it came down, you're fighting. Baby, you're bad for my health.
Chat, I'm gonna be patient now. I'm gonna think. I'm just being a degenerate right now. I gotta think. I gotta calm down. I'm literally shaking. I don't shake. I'm a different man for the next 20 minutes because that's probably how long this is gonna take me. Okay.
Like cigarette, girl, you bad for me. Bad for me to bad for me like the kettle. Pull string like the pedal. I got chips with a cash.
I don't like to talk, I sing songs. And why you always calling me pissed off? You try to see my heart with an arrow. Sorry, yeah, life's not fair though. Baby, you're bad for my health. You're bad for my wealth. You're bad for yourself. You should be with someone else. You shouldn't like me. You don't even love yourself. I didn't mean to put you under my spell. Sorry, baby, you're bad for my health.
Hey, if you find a good girl, point around. Girl, you're bad for me like a lot of doubt. She ain't good for me, bro, like her out. Yeah, you want a VIP, and that going bow bow. I'ma get the cat meow meow. With no money can make it too cool, bitch, jump around.
But baby, you're bad for my health. You're bad for my wealth. You're bad for yourself. You should be with someone else. You shouldn't like me. You don't even love yourself. I didn't mean to put you under my spell. Sorry, baby, you're bad for my health. I didn't mean to. I There's a fire that burns inside. It's an instinct that never lies. The target's tattooed between our eyes. Stand and fight under the lights on the higher stage. A part of your life they can't take away. Just like the blood running through your veins. Everyone's watching through your eyes. There's only two options, win or die. Win or die. Win or die. It went from a spark to an open flame. Now destiny's calling out your name. So reply, so reply. There's a power that's underneath, and you can't see it till you believe. On the edge of infinity. Feel the rush under the lights on the higher stage. A part of your life they can't take away. Just like the blood running through your veins.
One sec, the battery ran out. We're getting another battery. I'm so mad right now.
Your eyes. There's only two options, win or die. Win or die. Win or die. It went from a spark to an open flame. Now destiny's calling out your name. So reply, so reply. Ignite. It went from a spark to an open flame. Now destiny's calling out your name.
I'm gonna give this 10 more minutes. I got this. Listen to the feedback, Farza. I'm listening. I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best. I'm gonna be such a good artist in 1 year. You just wait. Just you guys wait and see. Wait, watch how I iterate.
Legends never die when the world is calling you. Can you hear them screaming out your name? Legends never die, they become a part of you. Every time you play far reaching greatness, relentless, you survive. They never lose hope when everything's cold and the fighting's near. It's deep in their bones, they'll rot into smoke when the fire is fierce.
Holy shit, it's so simple actually. It's so simple. It's a diamond. And then I cut out the logo from the diamond. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Legends never die, they're written down in eternity, but you'll never see the price it costs. fly. Think I can fly when I'm with you. My arms are wide, catching fire as the wind blows. I know that I'm rich enough for pride. I see $1 billion in your eyes, even if we're strangers till we die.
I wanna run away. I wanna run away. Anywhere out this place. I wanna run away. Just you and I. You and I. You and I. You and I. Just you and
I wanna run, chase the morning sun when I'm with you. Give it all away, catching fire as the wind blows. I know that I'm rich enough for pride. I see $1 billion in your eyes, even if we're strangers till we die.
I wanna run away. I wanna run away. Anywhere out this place. I wanna run away. Just you and I. You and I. You and I. Just you and I. I don't understand. You said you'd never leave. You told me that you'd be there, but you lied again to me. You're always on my mind, and when it's late at night, I think of what you're doing. Do you think of me sometimes? And when I'm feeling down, I lose all control. Emotions keep coming out. I'm trying to let you go. So if you wanna talk to me again, don't try to act like we were always friends. I don't understand. You said you never leave.
You know, Chad, I'm happy with where we got here. I think I'm happy with where we got. Thank you for sticking around. I have a headache now. Stefan's job is at risk now. Yeah, it really is. Wow, I didn't know how hard that was gonna be. All right, chat. That's all I got. Maybe someone else can come and try to draw it now. All right, peace. Aiden, you want to try and draw this? All right, it's Aiden's turn now.
Just blaze. Yeah. Yeah. Check me out now. Yo, check me out now. Yo. Yeah. Put your hands in the air, everybody. Come on. Where them dogs at? Hey yo, I'm immaculate. Come through masculine. Wide body frame, E-dubs the name. Whoa. In the field of rap, I'm superb, I'm fly. I should be in the sky with birds. I ride 20-inch rims when I lean, yo. Hey, yo, them 10s, nigga. I know I keep them clean, though. Come through, storm the block like El Nino. Scoop up an Arabic chick before she close. She goes, those my people. Yeah, them broads from Puerto Rico, them key flows. Yeah, watch how the E-Lo 64. Black rag, black interior, ship on the float. Burn out. I do it for them kids that hop on the turnstile. The E going wild. Yo, like them white chicks on the DVD. Yeah, I'm worldwide, MTV and BET, nigga. Yeah. Whatever she said, then I'm mad. If this here rocks to y'all, then we laugh. Whatever she said, then I'm mad. If this here rocks to y'all, then we laugh. Do I gotta go ape or go nutty? I leave your eye like a 99 Benz buggy. Puffy, Brit niggas get real ugly. Trust me, keep the foe if you feel lucky. Mug me, I ain't got nothing but 4 figures. And weed and hash chopped in a coffee blender. My shots like squeegee men on your window. Usual suspect, I'm the crippled member. Get away when I sat down in the office. Heat in my lap keep me walking awkward. While y'all talk it, the doc reinforce it. The mic is hard to keep my paws off it. Yo bitch is my bitch when it's over. No Crystal, I pulled up with King Cobra. Out in the Nova, don't bother. My Nina Brown, plus it'll shut down the Carter. Whatever she said, then I'm mad. If this here rocks to y'all, then we laugh. Whatever she said, then I'm mad. If this here rocks to y'all, then we laugh.
I think this one's pretty good. We should give Aiden a grant. Congratulations, Aiden. You won a grant. Anyone you want to challenge next? Got his first attempt. That's so fucked up. Yo, who wants to try next? Yeah? Want to try it?
We got chickens ain't leaving till 6 in the morning. Round and round we go.
Anybody?
Circle the area. Leave the
123.
straight to the Marriott.
All right, Jeff's next.
Rodeo with 20 foes on the Cadillac. What your name is? R.E.D. Crack costs Monday, but the E is free. Yeah.
My guy pretty like a girl, and he got 5 stories to tell. I see both sides like Chanel, see on both sides like Chanel. Swimming laps through pool water, eating like I'm underworld. Had my tattoos in Shibuya, police think I'm of the underworld. 12 treat a nigga like he 12. How you looking up to me and talking down? Can't you see I am the big man? God level, I am the I am. Now film it with the drone cam and the pink like Killer Cam. Zoom on that stick, no way. Up so close, I'm on that kill. Controller on your lower back, yeah, that's the good. Dick will roll the eyes back in the skull. Rollin' when you ride, poppin'. Rollin' when you ride the ride. Got one, straight acting, turned up like some dirty plastic. 2016 burned some discs. 2017 ideas playing off Walgreens. This a cult, not a click on the net. With a cup, in a cup, activist. That's a double edge, it's a knife. And I don't like to fight till I'm fighting. Revenge in the air makes my lungs sick. Chopper in the sky like a gun trick. Clips on clips like Mike. It's really you. I see both sides like Chanel. See on both sides like Chanel. It's really you on my mind. It's really you on my mind. It's really you. It's really you on my mind. Need both sides of the 12. Need both sides of the L. Free smoke rings in they hell. Sleet snow grind for the well. Whole team diamonds is real. Show them how to shine by themselves. You need a cosign for your help. I need that bitch to grind on my belt. I know you need to drive for my belt. I know you seen it drive in itself. No matte black on the ride cause it's stale. But it's stale. I see both sides like Chanel. I see both sides like Chanel. My pockets snug, they can't hold my 7. They ban my Visa, my Amex and MasterCards. I got new money and it's all cash. I got new bags and they all collapsed. I rubber band a bunch of $1,000 Delta gift cards. I mean my baby boy, amazing the cash online unknown. I mean my baby boy, blazing the dash, count money at home. My pockets snug, they can't hold my 7. They ban my Visa, my Amex and MasterCards. I got new money and it's all cash. I got new bags and they all collapsed. I rubber band a bunch of $1,000 Delta gift cards. I mean my baby boy, amazing the cash online unknown. I mean my baby boy, blazing the dash, count money at home.
झोंका सा यूं गुजरा ये लम्हा है ठहरा क्यों सांसें बढ़ने लगी बह रही हो नई दिशा क्यों दिल ये बस में नहीं नजर ढूंढे तेरा निशान बहता सा तू कहाँ से आया बहका सा ये समा है लाया जो अपना लगने लगा है दूर है क्यों वो बेखबर जो दिल में बसने लगा है क्या वो भी है मुझे सा बेसब्रそばにいてよお願い一緒のお願いねえ君がいなきゃ私じゃないのどうしてくれるのいつの間にか奪われて気づけば夢中悩んでねどうしてねどうして君の頭入って確かめたいそのまんま何かを埋め込もうかな大好きだから疑えないこの悩みは無駄じゃないよね自分でさせてそばにいてよお願い一緒のお願いねえ君がいなきゃ私じゃないのどうしてくれるの勇気出してお願い一緒のお願い一度叶えたい夢なの嘘じゃない気持ちステリドキドキさせないでワクワクしちゃうでしょ答えは誰も知らない宝物もう無理かも思い込んで本当は5回悩んでねどうしてねどうして恥ずかしいこと言わせないでよ大切なことは君からでしょ意味不明な王子様どこに行っても君がいるのたまらないよそばにいてよお願い一緒のお願い気になりすぎて落ち着かないのどうしてくれるの期待させてお願い一緒のお願い一番夢
The sun, it burns the night. The moon, it breaks the sky.
Dividing lines between the victims and what will soon become the prey. I've given up on counting blessings. The gods can judge me when I'm dead, 'cause I cannot take this anymore. I'm done with the feelings that I'm known in paradox. The feeling of hatred burns my soul. I'm done with the feelings that I'm known in paradox. I may be crazy enough to break myself inside my head, 'cause maybe I couldn't find these answers to live by instead. Some will call it giving up, I just call it getting lost in my own leaving. Burning out and fading away. I feel my eyes are paralyzed, beyond the path to symbolize all that I had was the past. Drop me out what was once what I have, burn me out of my misery, down to the ashes, ashes. We all fall down to the ashes, carry on. I've been gone from the place where I belong, 'cause I cannot take this anymore. I'm done with the feelings that I'm known in paradox. The feeling of hatred burns my soul. I'm done with the feelings that I'm known in paradox. I may be crazy enough to break myself inside my head, 'cause maybe I couldn't find these answers to live by instead. Some will call it giving up, I just call it getting lost in my own leaving. I may be crazy enough to break myself inside my head, 'cause maybe I couldn't find these answers to live by instead. Some will call it giving up, I just call it getting lost in my own leaving. Burning out and fading away.
The moon, it breaks the sky. The sun, 逃れられない憎しみや悲しみに向き合うことは辛いけれど、過去の幸せを忘れるほど不幸な人間にはなりたくはない。進んでいくんだ、一歩ずつ進んでいくんだ。
I may be crazy enough to break myself inside my head, 'cause maybe I couldn't find these answers to live by instead. Some will call it giving up, I just call
He's all in your bed, that's a fact. What to do with that? Don't want to you bad, where you at? I come through with that. You're in a good space now, in a good place now. You love how it tastes now, all on your face now. When you get with me, get to fantasizing and shit. When you get with me, get to bouncing, dropping that shit. Bounce that shit, boom, bounce that shit, boom, bounce that shit, boom, bounce that shit, boom, bounce that, bounce that, bounce that, bounce that, bounce that, bounce that shit, boom.
Feels like I'm losing you, the person that I once knew. And maybe you're losing me and all of our memories. But God, how hard it must be to be lost in your own skin, trapped in a fading life where memories are left behind. It's so hard to see it slip away, and I wish that you could stay just one more day. I swear I'll give everything to solve your puzzle, everything to put together what you've lost. I'll spend all of my time to bring back the pieces, all of my time to get the missing parts. You're standing right in front of me, but you're fading away, losing your soul piece after piece. Feels like a stranger before me. It's so hard to see you slip away, and I wish that you could stay just one more day. I swear I'll give everything to solve your puzzle, everything to put together what you've lost. I'll spend all of my time to bring back the pieces, all of my time to get the missing parts. And I see the pain that you're going through as memories slip away from you, but know that you're not alone. I'll give everything to solve your puzzle, everything to put together what you've lost. I'll spend all of my time to bring back the pieces, all of my time to get the missing parts. I'll give everything to solve your puzzle.
Whoever said Kira is the name of the cat, you're insane, but that's the name now.
1,000 on my feet, stacks spread it on my seat, 10,000 on my eyes. Roly-poly on my wrist. Gotta make a flight, big days, slumming no FaceTime, 50K, wondering why I'm storming off, no race.
Emboldened by the bliss.
I was sworn in by a kiss. Right from the country, there's no peacemaker, I sweep up cases. Going on a walk with a new suit on, new suit dimpo, take it up sauna. Humidity from a sleep in a armor. Cupid creep, then sleep with a armor. 3 times they gave me teen, still same phone, AT&T, still get the news very vividly. Beefing that fuck a beef, smoking on some vicious type of reef. Honey don't be no G, yeah. Even when they eat, they cheat, yeah. Every time we meet, naive. Stacks spread it on my seat, 10,000 on my eyes.
It's mad how I got so deep. It's mad how I got so high. It's mad how you get me high.
Tell me your tale, do you see the road? I'm out to my soul, and tell me the size. Whenever the smoke clear out of my face and my picture perfect, do I look fried? All of that green and yellow that drip from your eyes is telling. Tell your demise, I'm with to my side to push back the ceiling and push back the feelings I had to the side. I replay them nights and right by my side, all I see is a sea of people that ride me. If they just knew what Scotty would do to jump out the stage and say I'm a child. The things that created became the most weighted. I gotta find balance and keep me a smile. Yeah. That shit wild, instead I'm a hero. I took it from zero to flame. You saying I read it for miles. The shit wasn't luck, they got me fucked up. I put you on bus and take you around. A couple of guys inside of the school, I gave them the tools to get it off the ground. They say they're the ones when they make their ears can't look in the mirror. That shit wild. I stand on the stage, I give them the rage, no turning it down. Container can't foul, we do in the streets. We do it for keys, we do it for rights. I'm 52 weeks, this shit ain't for pleasure. I'm coming to tweak. This shit is forever, infinity. No, but hey, yo, we write it and wrap it around. I take me a beat and I turn to a beast. Bought the crib on the hill, made it harder to reach. Bought a couple more wheels, cause I needed more speed. Bought a couple more watches, I needed more time to buy the condo. It was smarter to lease, and I bought some more ice, cause I bought it and he made a cast on my dish, so she never go cheat. If I gave you a day of my life or a day in my eyes, don't blink.
Bide my time, wearing a warning sign. Wait till the world is mine. Visions I've vandalized, cold in my kingdom size. Fell for these ocean eyes. You should see me in a crowd. I'm gonna run, there's nothing to help. Watch me make them bow one by one by one, one by one by. You should see me in a crowd. Your silence is my favorite sound. Watch me make them bow one by one by one, one by one by one. Count my cards, watch them fall. Blood on a marble wall. I like the way they scream. Tell me which one is worse, living or dying first. Sleeping inside a hearse. I don't dream. You say, come over, baby. I think you're pretty. You should see me in the crowd. I'm gonna run this nothing town. Watch me make them bow one by one. You should see me in the crowd. Your silence is my favorite sound. Watch me make them bow one by one. Nothing down. Watch me make them bow one by one. You should see me in a crowd. Your silence is my favorite sound. Watch me make them bow one by one.
The situation we are in at this time, neither a good one, nor is it someone blessed. It can change, it can stay the same. I can say, I can make my claim. Hell, hell, hell.
Okay, this shit is out of control. I'm driving through hell and I done brought snow. It's shining in here and I done brought gold. I hear the sirens right out the chateau. Run me the info. Tryna hear what you did, now how you came close. Cause I get bobblehead like I done made pro. I made Italian bread like I done made dough. I be all around the map. Write a show by myself like I'm Chelsea Handler. Or write a series by my bitches like I'm Kelsey Grammer. Nickname the Jet Jayhawk cause it's out of Kansas. You know it's Spalding in my talk, I'm in my Esperanza. You know it's slamming water while we gotta fill the stands up with slaps in the anthems. Poetic justice, I got you in all my stanzas. With your model stances, you everything I know about it. Know about it, 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 know about it. What we know, where you shall go. C-notes, B-notes, I took the biggest boat. We stayed down for life. It's like a jingle to do them all. We too much involved to spend a single ounce of time. She bust a whole ounce by doing lines. I had to leave like the leaves do trees. I finally home, my wife distressed them, not since that sweat. We took them 35 to 1 like the shit roulette. Oh, that beg your pardon, we done lit up every setup. Told her preacher I'm never finished, that's to say the least. Buy it, never lease it, but I got a lease. A Mona type of pieces, Met Gala night, Jesus. Skip it, hit the city, party pack, I got it with me. I'm shoddy while I let you with me. I'm too busy, let you ride Bentley till it's empty. Gotta fill me, pockets done fat, and I got a skinny squad is with me. And that's everything I know about it. Know about it, 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 know about it.
Mother Earth is pregnant for the third time. For y'all have knocked her up. I have tasted the maggots in the mind of the universe. I was not offended. For I knew I had to rise above it all, or drown in my own shit.
Send me some. Bro.
Baby, you're bad for my health. Baby, you're bad for my wealth. Baby, you're bad for yourself. Baby, we should be with someone else.
Step back and pat yourself on the back. Don't pour you a cup of cognac, yeah. Always acting funny with your funny ass. What you wanna eat with your hungry ass. See a book smart and you be acting boss. Come and shake it on me till the record tone. Yeah, like that I'm on the ringtone. You can have a bag, I dish, turn thing down.
You're my drug, my vice, then. Anything you needed, I swiped it. You tripping on me, so I swipe it. Every time we came down, we were fighting. Baby, you're bad for my health. Baby, you're bad for my wealth. Baby, you're bad for yourself. Baby, we should be with someone else. You shouldn't like me. Baby, you don't even love yourself. I didn't mean to put you under my spell. Sorry, baby, you're bad for my health.
Girl, you bad for me, like cigarette. Girl, you bad for me, bad intention. Bad for me to bad, bad for me like the kettle. Pull string with your pedal. I got chips for the cash.
I don't like to talk, I sing songs. And why you always calling me pissed off? You trying to shoot my heart with an arrow. Sorry, yeah, life's not fair though. Baby, you're bad for my health. Baby, you're bad for my wealth. Baby, you're bad for yourself. Baby, we should be with someone else. You shouldn't like me. Baby, you don't even love yourself. I didn't mean to put you under my spell. Sorry, baby, you're bad for my health.
Hey, if you find a good girl, point her out. Girl, you bad for me like a lot of dough. She ain't good for me, bro, like her out. Yeah, bad, you want a VIP. Ain't that going bow. Hey, I'ma get the cat meow meow. Hey, with no money can make it too cool, bitch, jump around.
But baby, you're bad for my health. Baby, you're bad for my wealth. Baby, you're bad for yourself. Baby, we should be with someone else. You shouldn't like me. Baby, you don't even love yourself. I didn't mean to put you under my spell. Sorry, baby, you're bad for my health. I didn't mean to fear. I didn't mean to fear. I didn't mean to fear. Should be with someone. I didn't mean to fear. I didn't mean to fear. I didn't mean to fear. Should be with someone else.
Don't you tell me all them lies we both know. Don't you tell me how time flies, it's so slow. All the love in the world we both show. But when it comes to something real, we both choke. So tell me, how does it feel to know that yours won't save you now? To know your lies won't save you now. We're watching things unravel slowly. You're just trying to get away from yourself. race. I'm stuck inside the place, cross the rainbow bridge. Moment in the time, take over the night. AC45, love redefined, little something for the mind. Blind to see the light, move your life, I didn't rewind. Wet nights, runs towers up in gold. Hope flies slow, strikes like my pose. These stars dance over the globe. Life unfolds, fate comes unfroze. Somewhere over the rainbow, there's a story never told. Say no words, baby, I know. Just let go, become your own. Just let go, become your own. Life inside a bridge, stuck inside a place. Cross the rainbow bridge. Life unfolds, face comes unfroze. Wet nights, runs towers up in gold. Hope flies slow, strikes like my pose. These stars dance over the globe. Life unfolds, fate comes unfroze.
Loaded my truck up with dope and I rolled away. Ready to say fuck it today, throw my life away. He thinking he catching me slipping, but I brought the blade. I knew what the game had been missing, so I brought my pain. Team buzzing like a beaver on my hip. Coming down, it's the skinny white pimp. Rain digger for the rip, lights off, candlestick.
It's a heaven for a dead boy, cause that's my only wish. What?
Day turn to night, pain turn to spice. Smoking in the garden, watching rain turn to ice. Pain turn to night, pain turn to spice. Smoking in the garden, watching rain turn to ice.
If we ever get into it, I won't be holding my feelings in. If we ever get into it, in the back 6 feet below where we leave them at. If we ever get into it, I won't be holding my feelings in. If we ever get into it, in the back 6 feet below where we leave them at.
Lost by your myself of a kind. I'm picking myself of a kind. I'm picking myself of a kind. I'm picking myself of a kind. I got plans, I got friends, I got things to do. Can't stop feeling down, need to stay on the move. Body hurts, need shirts, but I think I'll get it soon. I have time, I'm not old, and I feel brand new. I'm picking myself of a kind. Yes, sir. What I got now won't be here again. Let the sunshine shine right in. Everywhere we go, they let us in. Smoke in your hair and it smell like mint. Timberland stomp, go stomp it in. Timberland stomp, go stomp it in. Stomp it in, stomp it in. Hey, stop, 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 stop. Change it up, I'ma take it too far. Some go home and some go hard. Velvet sky, I'm a velvet star. Pull up in a black painted car. Hey. Velvet sky, I'm a velvet star. Pull up in a black painted car. Exotic line paradise, it calls on me. The fall, the rising, yeah, rose gold rain. Nothing's left in the waste. It's been real, it's been too real. Exotic line paradise, it calls on me. Take the leap, biggest deep. Plant 2 stars on me, blue horizon, playing mind games. It's been real, it's been too real. It's been too real. What I got now won't be here again. Let the sunshine shine right in. Everywhere we go, they let us in. Smoke in your hair and it smell like mint. Timberland stomp, go stomp it in. Timberland stomp, go stomp it in. Stomp it in, stomp it in. Hey, stop, 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 stop. Change it up, I'ma take it too far. Some go home and some go hard. Velvet sky, I'm a velvet star. Pull up in a black painted car. Velvet sky, I'm a velvet star. Pull up in a black painted car.
That's actually good though.
Baby, you're my favorite game. Violence, fire, love, and flames. None of us will ever be the same. Look in the mirror, I'm gonna take the blame. I just wanna sit in a sacred place. Watch goldfish and silver rain. Watch the stars and get drunk all day. Get drunk all day. Get drunk all day. Makes out the line paradise. It calls on me. The fall, the rising. Rose gold rain. Nothing's left in the waste. It's been real.
Alright, y'all. I think it's time to end the stream. Hope y'all have a lovely evening. It was a pleasure to chill with you all today. Get back to building. Peace out.